Hello and welcome to my podcast. In this podcast, we explore interesting topics around psychology. In today's episode, we will speak about bullying. We'll explore the definition, the different types, signs, and what to do if you suspect that someone is a victim of bullying. Okay, let's get started with the definition of bullying. The Department for Education defines bullying as behavior by an individual or group, usually repeated over time, that intentionally hurts another individual or group either physically or emotionally. So, bullying is when someone or a group of people hurts or frightens someone else. In some instances, they even force them to do things that they don't want to do. Bullying can be direct and indirect. Some of the types are verbal abuse, physical abuse, cyberbullying, and there are three main methods: social exclusion, undermining someone, and spreading rumors. Let's have a look at these three types. Verbal abuse can be gossiping, name-calling, religious and racial slurs, and some non-verbal abuse could be hand gestures. Physical abuse could include hitting, kicking, spitting, or sexual assault. Cyberbullying includes any offensive or threatening abuse towards an individual via text, email, or the social media platforms. Usually, there is a motivation behind the act of bullying. Such examples could be because of the individual's gender or sexuality, homophobia, because someone has different abilities either physically or learning, prejudice, because of someone's race or religion, racism, or it could be sexual bullying as well as sexist bullying, sexism. Unfortunately, cyberbullying has risen in recent years and it's so easy to abuse someone in the online world. I'll share some of the statistics I found on my research with you. 70% of young people have suffered some form of text, photo message, or online bullying. 62% have been threatened or harassed via smartphone apps. 28% have had personal information shared without their consent. 52% have never reported the abuse they have received. And 23% have been bullied in an online game. National surveys indicate that half of school bullies have been the victim of bullying themselves. Some bullies may be the victims of other forms of abuse, such as domestic violence, and learn to use fighting or threatening behavior as a way of coping with the difficulties in their own lives. Because of the rapid development of the online world, bullying can take place at any time and at any place, such as in our house, for example, what is meant to be a safe place, really. Thus, professionals working with children and young people should learn to spot the signs of bullying and learn how to respond to them. As we mentioned before, 52% of people have never reported the abuse they have received. This is a very high number. That is because in most cases they feel that they will not be taken seriously. So it's important that we are able to recognize the emotional, physical and behavioral signs that indicates that someone may be being bullied. Let's have a look. The physical signs can be bruises, scratches, damaged clothing and other injuries. The emotional signs could be mood swings, depression, tearfulness, nervousness. Behavioral signs could be tiredness, refusal to attend school or workplace, alcohol or drug use, being generally withdrawn from group activities, self-harming, and eating disorders. But what do we do when we spot these signs? If you suspect that an individual is being bullied while you work within an institution such as a school, there are few ways that you could possibly help with. These are to find a quiet place to talk to the individual, explain why you are worried and tell them that you want to help, tell them that your conversation is confidential and that you will only let those people know who need to know about it. If the individual shares with you information such as bullying, you should immediately report it to the responsible member of staff. Then, you should encourage the individual to record their disclosure and report the incident or incidents. Help them make a safety plan, such as who to call in an emergency. There are some long-term effects that bullying can cause to the victim, such as chronic depression, PTSD, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, and difficulty maintaining relationships due to trust issues. However, there are also some long-term effects for the bullies too. This can be risk of domestic violence or substance abuse. Bullying is a serious issue and has severe and profound effects for both the victim and the bully. It is clear that schools, families, and communities need to work together to decrease the numbers of bullying. There must exist an openness to understand what really is bullying about, why someone is a bully. We should all parents be willing to talk to our children, young people, and let them know that they can share anything they want with us and that we're here to support them. The code of conduct in schools is stop, speak, support. Thank you all for listening to my podcast. Psychology should be available to all people, and that is my aim. Like, share, and subscribe to receive notifications for when a new podcast is out. Bye everyone.